As the first Hindu elected to the New York State Assembly, you've achieved historic milestones, such as the recognition of Diwali as a national holiday in schools. And Diwali is among us, with us right now. We're a few days away. Could you please share the story behind these accomplishments with our audience?
Absolutely. It would be my pleasure. Namaste to everybody and good afternoon, Hindu Action. Happy Diwali to all Hindus across the United States. I'm so excited to join you today for the Diwali online gala here at Hindu Action. I am State Assemblywoman Jenifer Rajkumar. I made history when I became the first Indian American woman ever elected to a New York State office. I am also the first Hindu ever elected to New York State office. And I am a proud Hindu. Most of all, I am a proud American. And nobody thought that I would be where I am today. Like so many of our families that are here at this online gala, my parents came to the United States with just $300 and a suitcase. And when I ran for this office, I ran against an incumbent, a man who had been in the position for 11 years. And people said to me, Rajkumari, you're a nice girl, but you have no shot. But we won. And we won by the largest margin of any challenger in the entire state. And all I have to say about that is that anything is possible on the greatest country on earth. And we didn't stop there. This year, against all odds, I did something that everyone said was impossible. I made Diwali a school holiday in New York City. For over 2 decades, the Indian American community fought for this moment. People said the day would never come when Diwali would be a school holiday in the city of New York. But this Diwali, we are victorious. Just like Ram returned to Ayodhya victorious, we return victorious with our Diwali victory. Our time has come and our community has arrived at the table of power. So today on this Diwali 2023, I am proud to say to the whole state, country, and world that from now on and forever, Diwali will be a school holiday in New York City, the largest school jurisdiction in our nation. And our government is now saying to over 600,000 Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, and Jain Americans across New York City, we see you and we recognize you. This tremendous victory is because of the South Asian American people of New York. I was their warrior, but I stood on their shoulders. The people came to the state capitol this year, Hindu, Sikh, Jain, and Buddhist New Yorkers, and they chanted Diwali holiday, Diwali holiday. And that chant is now historic. It rang through the halls of the New York State Capitol. And that Diwali holiday chant is known to everyone in New York State government. When I was in the state capitol, my mom would actually call me every day. And in every phone call, the first thing my mom said, she would say, I have one question. Is Diwali going to be a school holiday this year? Are you going to pass your bill to make Diwali a school holiday? And she would tell me, make sure you get that bill passed. And I would say to my mom, I am working on it and I'm going to try. My mom's daily call to me was the call of our entire community. It was the same phone call that many of you on this Zoom made to me. It was the question that every South Asian family was asking and had been asking for over 2 decades. When will Diwali be a school holiday? When will we be heard and recognized and be a part of the gorgeous mosaic that is New York? I often think of the great Shirley Chisholm. She was the first Black woman to serve in the United States Congress and to run for president. She was also once a state assemblywoman like myself. And she said, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. So as the first elected of our community, as the first Hindu elected in New York, I packed up my folding chair and I went to Albany to make a place for us at the table of power and to fight for our community to be seen. So, as I said, on Diwali, Lord Ram and Sita returned victorious to Ayodhya. And this year we achieved our holiday and celebrate victory. So this is truly what victory feels like for the community. And I would like to say to everyone on this Zoom that our community has never been as powerful as it is now. We have arrived. I mean, even as I speak, 2 Indian Americans are running for president of the United States. Our time is here and our time is now. Also, as we see so much violence, hate, war, and destruction in the Middle East, and a rise in hate in the United States, I firmly believe that our community has a special role in bringing peace to the world. Ours is the culture that inspired Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King famously said that it was India's Gandhi that was the guiding light of his movement for nonviolent social change. Those were his exact words. So as Hindu Americans, we have a special place in American civil rights tradition. As Hindu Americans, we believe in mutual respect and love. I feel equally at home in a church, as a synagogue, as a mosque, as a mandir, because that's who we are. As Hindus, we don't just tolerate people that are different than us. We go one step further and actively love them. And it's time for us to shine our love and dharmic light across the New York State, the USA, the Middle East, and the whole world. We are needed right now. And since you asked me about what stories have led me here, it reminds me of what people often ask me, which is, how did you achieve these great feats for the community? And the answer is that I followed the teachings of our community. My dad would always tell me, if you want to succeed, you have to focus, like Arjuna in the Mahabharata. There were 5 Pandav brothers, and they were all asked to shoot a bird. But only Arjuna could shoot the bird. And when they asked Arjuna, how did you do it? He said, I saw only the eye of the bird. So it's because I focused on the eye that I was able to win my election and that I was able to make Diwali a school holiday. I just followed the teachings of our culture. And in an exciting development, I have now created the first ever 5-borough Diwali tour, where New York City Mayor Eric Adams and I are going to every borough of New York City celebrating Diwali. We had a big blowout Diwali in Times Square, the center of the world, as well as the mayor's house, Gracie Mansion. And yesterday we were in the Bronx. Next week on Diwali itself, I will be at the ISKCON Temple, the Hare Krishna Center in Brooklyn, New York. So we are spreading the light of Diwali across New York. Thank you for your question. Those are the stories that have brought me to this place.
That is so wonderful. Thank you so much, Assemblywoman Rajkumar. I just wanted to also add, if I could, one more question for you before we go to our next guest. Just wanted to, drawing from your own experience and considering my Persian Iranian background, I recognize the importance and difficulties of mobilizing our communities to register and vote. Can you shed light on your efforts also to engage and encourage members of the Hindu and Indian community in New York to participate in the electoral process in order to bring about the changes that they desire?
Absolutely. I think that we need to make Hindu temples a center of organizing and a center of politics, just like Black churches are. You will notice that you see so many political candidates, presidents of the United States visit Black churches because they are a force. And what I have done is tried to make Hindu temples and Hindu centers organizing forces also. And we have been very successful in that endeavor. I think also just by being involved, by being a Hindu American that's in the room, that itself really inspires younger people in our community to get involved, and it inspires people of our community to vote. So altogether, I hope that we do increase our voting and our political participation, and I believe that we are on that path.
Thank you so, so much for being such a powerful voice and making history, of course. And we're so honored to have you with us today and looking forward to seeing you more often. And thank you.